I'm seeing Bondo having educated pews as well as educated pulpit that conforms to the demands of the gospel, as well as clearing the way for the new visions.
Established 4 decades ago, in the year 1985, the Diocese of Maseno West originally covered the then districts of Siaya and Bondo. As the years and seasons progressed by, the diocese would witness tremendous developments in terms of mission expansion and population growth under the stewardships of the subsequent bishops, the Right Reverend Jonathan Daniel Omolo and Joseph Wasonga. This growth culminated to creation of other ministry administrative units that required more representation when Rarieda district was carved out of Bondo.
The Diocese of Maseno West was too wide, it was very big. So the bishop then had to go to very many parishes every Sunday, very long distances.
For flawlessness running of these many units, therefore, the Diocese of Maseno West embarked on making an appeal to split the diocese by creating a new Diocese of Bondo.
We had Christians from Siaya as a whole working in Nairobi, meeting from time to time to share issues that relates to the old Maseno West Diocese.
We started thinking about starting Bondo Diocese
to help with closer ministry.
It was about 1997 when commission for establishment of this diocese came to Bondo for pathfinding.
We make our presentation to the Diocese of Maseno West, putting our request, and it was unanimously passed that Bondo should be created as a diocese.
After that, Bishop Gitari visited the diocese to find out about preparedness of present diocese, whether we were ready for a new diocese.
With the majority of the provincial requirements having been met, the Provincial Synod approved creation of the new diocese in September 1999, with the first bishop of Bondo, Reverend Johannes Otieno Angela, being elected and subsequently consecrated in the year 2000. Though with meager resources at their disposal, the election marked a dawn and a new era of leadership, the newly formed ACK Diocese of Bondo, a pinnacle of uniqueness.
So in 1999, the Synod of Maseno West passed a resolution to create the Diocese of Bondo after it had been approved by the Provincial Synod.
People always think of who becomes the bishop. We consulted and we came up with the name of Bishop, now retired Angela.
We were witnesses, we were observers, we were seeing how the election was being done.
Diocese cannot be complete without a bishop. So in the year 2000,
on the 20th of February,
the new bishop was actually consecrated.
We took responsibility to buy all the vestments that are required for the bishop, and we got those things imported and brought into the country.
He came up with what you will see in our logo, Christ our hope.
We were very happy. We now had our own bishop. All our diocesan things were supposed to be done within the Bondo district.
The arrival of the new diocese came with a sizable share of challenges, as the diocese required a great deal of resource mobilization, both human, infrastructural, and financial.
Just to reinforce on what my predecessor had said, there were numerous challenges, and I was in the midst of it all.
As a first administrative secretary, I found it very rough.
Venerable Paul Okinyo yeah, who became the first administrative secretary. He really tried a lot.
Things were very tough for him. It was very tough. He could go for months without salary.
People had a lot of expectation. The theme talk then was that this bishop is coming loaded. So many people were expecting bishop coming with goodies.
Bishop Angela did not find it very easy, because when he came in, there was even no cathedral.
The church, which was now named as the Pro-Cathedral, was a small church, smaller than this house, which was built during colonial times.
There was no bishop's residence at that time. So because of that, Ramba Parish was requested if they could release their vicarage to host the bishop.
We didn't have transport.
And one of the Christians actually had to lend the diocese his vehicle for use. The owner did not see this vehicle coming back to him very soon. And now this vehicle was identified with the bishop.
And so we were not able to buy a new vehicle. So he had to sell his vehicle to the diocese.
After some time, we realized that was not adequate because that was the only vehicle that was viable in the diocese. So my wife and I, we decided to donate one of our cars to support the diocese.
Here is a bishop who is expected to be very senior, now heavily relying on friends for transport. It requires a great deal of humility for a person to go that down.
Currently, more than 60 clergy in active service and over 50 parishes spread all over the diocese.
And by the time I left, I think I left when there were 51 parishes.
In fact, one of our clergy is currently serving with the Kenyatta Hospital chaplaincy, another one as a chaplain in the Kenya Defense Forces.
We are very proud of one of them, who is now the provost of All Saints Cathedral.
We are also proud of our other 3 clergies serving internationally in the US as student and parish priests.
We wanted Bondo to be unique in terms of developing the infrastructure, things which will bring income to the diocese. And that is why we started with the Synod Plaza, which is now Trinity Church House. We wanted to have a diocese where clergy would have confidence in working. You work and you know I'll be here. A clergy posted, placed in a parish should work there for at least 5 years before we move in. And that is the uniqueness we were talking about in Bondo.
With only 19 parishes, 19 priests, and 2 archdeaconaries of Ramba and Bondo at its inception, the good Bishop Angela coined a new slogan, Bondo is unique. As contagious as it sounds, the slogan quickly captured the hearts and souls of friends and members of the diocese and ended up becoming a clarion call for full participation of all Christians towards development of the diocese.
It was not an easy thing setting up those infrastructure for developing a diocese, because first of all it was like moving from known to unknown.
Now we had to reorganize now the diocese.
To mobilize for funds, to also acquire a place which later became a cathedral, where we have present cathedral.
I personally was involved in pursuing these issues with the Commission of Land, the ministry.
We did set up a committee, we dubbed it the BO, to start raising funds for constructing diocesan headquarters.
I'm happy that where we are now is legally owned by the Diocese of Bondo.
Currently, more than 60 clergy in active service and over 50 parishes spread all over the diocese.
This diocese was founded on evangelism.
We organized mission programs. Then the diocese expanded in terms of population. Our main aim was to educate clergy, and quite a number of clergy are properly educated.
And that's one thing which I think is a big asset to this diocese.
I became a member of Bondo Diocese much later, upon the request by the former bishop. And he trusted me to help him come up with a concept. He asked me, what can I do? Diocese is not moving. How can you help me? Then I told him that, Bishop, may I work for you a document? We wrote in a good paper that was presented to the synod, and synod approved. So one of the things we did was to propose the establishment of income-generating projects that will help to sustain the diocese.
Sustainability is key if any development is to be realized, and this requires a properly baked strategic planning. One of the key highlights of Bishop Angela's charge to the synod was to find a viable means of securing a commercial venture and avenues which would help in the development of the diocese.
We engaged the Church Commissioner for Kenya because of their expertise now to prioritize some of the proposals we had.
He found out that office space was inadequate, and therefore he recommended that if we want to put up an investment in Bondo, it should not be an hotel, it should be a commercial building.
It is against this backdrop that the idea of having a Synod Plaza, now renamed ACK Trinity Church House, Bondo, was conceived and actualized, but with little success due to scarce resources raised during Thanksgiving days for diocese at parish level. After dedicatedly serving Bondo Diocese for 17 years, the Right Reverend Johannes Angela gracefully hanged his boots of active service by passing on the mantle to his successor, the Right Reverend Professor David Kodia, who was elected and consecrated the second Bishop of Bondo Diocese on 4th June 2017.
When I became a bishop, it was not something new. I was not trying to reinvent the wheel, because I was part of the formation, except that now my strategy became different. Mine was now to broaden the scope of my network, to bring on board as many stakeholders as possible who could be able to bring support, financial support to the diocese, to ensure that that foundation that was laid stands and it continue to grow, to glow, making Bondo truly a unique and a growing entity, which is now an envy to many.
While accepting the instruments of leadership, the good Bishop Kodia singled out three major tasks in his charge. 1. Mission and evangelism. Bishop Kodia appointed a full-time mission director to give evangelism a critical space in the expansion program by exploring various mission fields and training new evangelists for the mission, with major collaborations with like-minded evangelism enthusiasts and partners being explored.
We evangelized. Many lay readers, evangelists were trained, recruited and trained. Mission work went far beyond, up to Mageta Island. I prayed, I said that we can get a mission boat for the diocese. Then I contacted my friends in Germany and in the US, and they were willing to fundraise for the boat, and they gave us money. And we now have a 33-seater boat. So that boat is supposed to help us for the mission work, going to various islands and etc., etc.
In terms of ministerial formation, Bishop Okulu College has done tremendous work in this diocese. My successor did a lot in the formation of clergy from that institution.
Ludwig Kraft Center is also hosted there. Ludwig Kraft, that is the center that is championing for mission and evangelism. The institution is the best place to host such a kind of a program. That's where they are training our lay readers for the mission, evangelists and many others for the mission.
We really want to commend him and say thank you to him for that work. That is a gift he had, gift of training people.
Bishop Okulu College is one of the institutions that we don't just sponsor but we own it also as a church. And that's where we are training our clergy. When people are trained, are well trained, they understand their mission. They understand the dynamics involved, and they can manage those missions well. And again, it gives people a sense of worth. Yeah, that's what I'm doing it because I'm called and I'm also trained in it.
The diocese is now running very fast because we are working with people who have a vision. They can articulate the vision of the diocese and work on it.
I'd been a principal there for something like 15 years, the longest. I doubt whether there is one who is going to break that record. Being also a bishop and chair of the college, I'm still supporting the college in that capacity. Yeah, with connecting with friends outside the country who are supporting it, and all those things. So that's the closest connection. It is our college. Our friends in the US supported the parish of Buaja, where I come from. And because Buaja did not have the facility to accommodate the project, Bishop Okolo offered them a space. It's a textile project.
Buaja Parish are privileged to be hosting this project in our parish at Bishop Okulu College.
By now we have 7 employees, and I can thank the diocese because it has changed the lives of the employees we have.
The people working here are mainly from the parish of Buaja, Wera, St. Philip's, a neighboring parish. So we are just, these people benefiting from the project are just people from around here.
It's just going to be a changing agent in terms of entrepreneurship, local entrepreneurship there.
Today, I can see our church also, they have intensified their engagement with schools.
We have a person who works in the office, just in the education department.
This is going to help the young people to really understand what they are and what they need to know in this world.
Because that is the future of our diocese. If that is done, as I've said, we will go far.
2. Completion of ACK Trinity Church House being prioritized. As a result, Christians and friends stood with the diocese during the annual fundraisings, and a few years later, the iconic building is now ready for occupation and in fact, a haven of some of Bondo's ultra-modern business and corporate entities.
The land was not actually registered in the name of the diocese. So my first step was to ensure that the title, we got the title. And I have to thank my friend David Ucheng from Uholo. Within 3 weeks, David Ucheng got me a title deed, mobilizing resources for the plaza. I did it, and up to date, we raised over 250 million.
And I'm happy that through that now we have a very beautiful building in Bondo town.
Our successor has successfully done it, finished up to 7th floor.
We have a modern restaurant there, we have modern clinic there, we have also medical surgery center there, and courier services we also have there, and CT scan is also coming down there.
It is now seen a complete structure, which is wonderful, which is the landmark of Bondo town.
Not only in Bondo, but in the entire Siaya County. Some people think that it could be very expensive to rent. Yeah, but it's not. We are guided by the local rate. Yeah, we are guided by the local rate, and it is affordable.
The building by geographical location is strategically placed in Bondo town. It's a place that has got very good ambience of the town. It's a place that has got very good security. The surrounding places, you can see the safety has been taken care of.
We are slightly over 23%. Yeah, because the ground, the first and the second are now fully occupied.
My message to anyone who may be interested in getting a space here is that you can come and join us. The place is very safe to them.
We have our own water. Yeah, so water is not going to be a problem for those people who come there. And it is also connected with Wi-Fi.
And have a very flexible payment plan even as you come on board. One of the cheapest buildings in town.
Come in and be part of the Trinity community.
And 3. Building a 1,500-seater state-of-the-art cathedral to replace the current one has always been Bishop Kodia's most critical and coveted desire, because he believes that a sanctuary for the Lord is something of great honor to the diocese.
Current cathedral was not meant to be a cathedral, so to speak. Yeah, it was like a hall. My main prayer was that we should put up a decent, ultra-modern cathedral. That is now going to be the second most important project we are undertaking. Once it is done, then I'll say, now God, thank you. May I now go and have rest with my family.
It is going to be a good cathedral, and it will change also the face of Bondo again.
Itself shows the presence of Christianity in Bondo.
We are champions of human dignity and gender equality. 4 years ago, Bondo Diocese became the first diocese in the region to appoint a woman bishop.
It was a challenge being consecrated the first woman bishop in the Anglican Church of Kenya. For a long time, we've always desired to see women in positions of leadership and decision making in the church. And for me, it was a great opportunity being in the highest decision making body of the Anglican Church of Kenya.
The Right Reverend Dr. Emily Onyango goes into the annals of history as the first woman in the Anglican Church of Kenya and East Africa to be consecrated a bishop of the church, courtesy of Bondo Diocese.
The first woman priest in the Anglican Church in Africa, the Reverend Lucia Kute, came from this area. So I think there's a culture of empowerment of women in these regions.
The revamped Mothers Union Department, which is now a very viable entity, supporting our ministry, episcopal ministry, that is something to behold.
The Mothers Union is virtually present everywhere, every time, and has created an indelible mark of success in addressing issues of gender-based violence, GBV, and economic empowerment for women.
It is a vibrant movement in the diocese.
Our patron, the bishop, is supporting the Mothers Union so much, and the coordinator is wonderful.
Today we have a van, an MU van, which is actually part of the increased resource base.
In most of our parishes, we've created table banking, where you simply loan yourself from the table. You go do your things. The following month you return the money, you loan yourself from the table.
We also have the bookshop, the Mothers Union bookshop, where you can get almost all the literature that you need, and even clerical vestments. All these things are found in the Mothers Union bookshop.
To us, this is considered an obligation because we are true to service.
I have to say that God has given me a very good staff, very understanding. Even during trying moments when we have no resources, they are standing with us. They are the team behind our success, and I have to thank them for everything. Friends in the US, Diocese of Sheffield in the UK, the Diocese of Argentina, and my friends in Germany, Lutheran Church, Wittenberg. Oh my goodness, these people have stood with us. And in fact, even their messages of goodwill is also with us, and it's in this documentary. Those people had been amazing. Not to forget our own Christians, Oh my. These are the same Christians who had been in this diocese for all these years.
A glance into the future, SCK Diocese of Bondo remains dedicated to its mission of proclaiming the gospel of Christ, teaching, inspiring and empowering the people of Bondo to live fulfilled lives with a legacy of uniqueness, excellence and commitment to innovation.
Moving forward, we need to have a bishop of the caliber of the present bishop. He's very proactive. He thinks about the development of this diocese in terms of physical buildings and even evangelism.
As we celebrate the Silver Jubilee,
And to appreciate our bishop. He's doing a tremendously wonderful job in the diocese. And so we thank God for his life. We wish him, may God give him the grace to live longer than he's lived.
The Silver Jubilee celebrations, it's an opportunity to give God thanks for all the good things that he has done unto us.
My hearty congratulations on the Silver Jubilee of the founding of the Diocese of Bondo, and to say how much in the Diocese of Sheffield we value our partnership link with the Diocese of Bondo.
I'm seeing Bondo emerging from the shackles of doubts to becoming an epitome of hope. I'm seeing Bondo as a complete outfit with viable infrastructure to support it. I'm seeing Bondo growing with a stronger network, both locally and outside, as ever before, with a brightened future, with the human resource capable of designing the programs for the next 25 years.
The future, of course, can only be brighter and better, where uniqueness is nurtured and empowerment take flight. SCK Diocese of Bondo.
25 years is a long time with the struggles. We have come from far. There are blessings which have also accompanied those struggles. These are the people who has given us a smile. Let's all come together and celebrate. We are celebrating the doings of the Lord for the last 25 years. So each and every person has a reason to come and celebrate with us.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Bondo.
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 Happy birthday, Bondo.
Happy birthday, Bondo Diocese. Happy 25th, Bondo Diocese. Happy birthday, Bondo. Happy birthday, Bondo.
Happy birthday, Bondo.
Happy anniversary, Bondo.
Happy anniversary, Bondo.
Happy 25th anniversary.
25th anniversary.
Happy Silver Jubilee. Christ, our hope.